The stakes are high on Great British Menu. The nation's top chefs have been challenged to make a feast fit for the People's Banquet. Last summer, the best part of 1 million of us tucked in at the Big Lunch, an annual event that tries to get people cooking and eating with their neighbours. Inspired by this, we've laid down the gauntlet. Our chefs must create dazzling dishes designed to share, breathtaking platters to create a buzz at the ultimate street party.
I think it's great to be able to create food to share, to get people interacting, communicating, and just have some fun over really good food.
If they win, their dishes will be paraded down the ancient cobbled streets of Leadenhall Market to 100 expectant guests.
To get a dish there would be a massive honour, and I am going to be pushing myself to the limit.
This week, slogging it out to represent Northern Ireland are Brian McCann, Chris Fern and Chris Bell. Their first bout is for the starters. The contenders, Guinness glazed ham with pigeon sausage rolls, shake-in-a-bag style coronation chicken and a British summer picnic. Only one will be victorious.
I think it's going to be very close.
If I was them, I would be smelling danger.
Today's the day, it's D-Day. I do not want to go home, I want to win this.
This time, the competition is all about food that brings communities together. Sensational sharing dishes that get everyone talking.
This year's brief is so challenging. It has completely taken me out of my comfort zone. It is difficult this year.
To develop their menus, all the chefs have been out and about, meeting the unsung heroes whose cooking connects people in their neighbourhood.
Do you enjoy it?
Very, very nice.
And to give the competition a personal twist, if the chefs win a dish on the final menu, the people they've met will be their guests of honour at the People's Banquet.
If I'm lucky enough to get through, I would love you to come as a guest of honour.
Oh, so exciting!
But to be in with a chance, the chefs first have to impress a former champion who knows exactly what it takes to win. Every day, he will taste and score their dishes out of 10. This week for Northern Ireland, it's Richard Corrigan, the most successful chef in Great British Menu's history. Come Thursday, he'll be sending the 2 highest scoring chefs through to the judges and 1 chef home.
It's a pretty tough brief. You're talking about making mini buffets, lots of food to share, so it has to be visually stunning. That's a very hard brief for any chef to take up.
Check on 1 beetroot, 2 sea bass, 1 pork, 1 sirloin, please, yeah?
First up, it's Brian McCann, head chef at Shoe in his hometown of Belfast. He's no stranger to the competition and is determined to go all the way to the People's Banquet, having been kicked out by Richard last year.
This year, because I've been there before, there's more pressure on me. I do not want to go out in the first round. I need to get through.
Good morning, Richard.
Brian, welcome.
How are you?
Very good. Come on, what are you cooking for us?
We're going to do Pat O'Doherty scamming. I'm going to boil it whole, glaze it, and I'm going to do pigeon sausage rolls. The sausage rolls, everybody knows them, just a bit of a twist. Pickled cucumber, pickled quail's eggs, and a beautiful wheaten bread. Really simple, great food for sharing.
And the ham, how's it going to be presented?
A few nice slices, bit of wheaten bread, really simple. If somebody doesn't like it, don't have to eat it. You get a bit of sausage roll, you get a few pickles, a bit of salad. Inclusive, not exclusive. I want everybody to enjoy it.
Brian's hoping his hearty platter with its array of comforting British classics will evoke childhood memories of picnics.
I love the idea of the pigeon sausage and pastry. But ham? Is it really good enough to put on the People's Banquet?
Check on, boys, 1 belly pork and 1 burger.
Please, chef.
Okay, lovely burgers.
Next up, it's 29-year-old underdog Chris Fern. He once worked for rival Brian and now heads up Dean's at Queen's down the road in Belfast, a brasserie-style restaurant dishing up no-nonsense food.
I'm just a simple chef in Belfast, you know what I mean? I haven't got Michelin stars coming out through my ears or big gold medals around my neck.
But Chris hasn't been afraid to take risks with the dishes for the competition.
The problem is they're all kind of working on a theme. So if one kind of goes down like a lead balloon, yeah, it's Titanic for me, like. How's it going, Richard?
Chris, how are you?
Not too bad.
What are you cooking?
I'm doing my version of like a classic coronation chicken, and then instead of doing this classic mayonnaise, I'm going to combine that with a coleslaw. I mean, that's what I grew up with, chicken and coleslaw.
This is something you're going to really probably improve upon.
Well, I'm going to put my own stamp on it, you know. It's going to be presented in a wacky way.
Okay.
And you're going to get the chicken in a bag, and then you're going to put your spice into it. You're going to shake your bag up like that. Bit of theatre involved, you know, breaking boundaries down. If I was sitting beside you, I don't really know you that well, and somebody else, and the three of us got this, I think it'd be a bit of fun.
Chris has gone for broke with his out-there interactive take on an old favourite, seasoned shake and curry-on coronation chicken. A feast for the eyes he hopes will get people talking.
Chris Fearn's idea of the chicken in the bag seasoned with the spices, I mean, it could leave the judges shaking with anger, because the whole idea of the chef is to season the food, is to dress the food, is to make it taste great, not to give it to the clients to season themselves.
Right, 2 tureen away, please.
Last but by no means least, it's Chris Bell. Born and bred in County Antrim, he's now head chef at the Longridge in Lancashire, which has held a Michelin star for his accomplished British cooking. It's an achievement he's hoping to match today.
Competitions are about winning. Losing is not entering my head. I think if I execute my menu how I see it, then I'll be fine.
Morning. Chris, what are you cooking? A lot of stuff in this basket.
This is my variation of a classic British picnic. The cold meat, I'm going to do some potted chicken legs. Just going to pickle some eggs.
And the livers?
That's going to make them into sort of chicken liver parfait, pate.
Stilton.
We're going to turn it into my version of a quiche or a flan to go in this picnic.
The picnic idea, what brought all that around?
You know, the brief this year is all about, you know, sharing foods, and, you know, that's as British as it comes, you know, a British picnic. That's what I grew up eating. It's great memories for me. I think everybody can relate to it, and, you know, I just got to execute it now the way I think it should be.
So Chris has also been inspired by outdoors eating. He's going all out to impress with a staggering 8 separate components served straight from the hamper.
There's some great stuff in there. I really want to taste that dish. But is it all a bit just too lunchboxy? Some bread, some pate, some cheese. Is it good enough to woo the judges?
With the fight for their starters underway, each chef is wondering if their platter will come out on top.
What do you think Richard's impression is of our dishes?
I don't know what he's going to make of my dish. I don't know whether he liked it or not.
I mean, if the dishes are good enough, they'll get you through. If they're not good enough, you'll go home. Simple, you know?
Fighting talk from first-timer Chris Bell. Richard will be basing his scores on taste and whether the food is good to share. And there's no room for error. Something Brian knows only too well.
Do you feel a bigger responsibility to win this year, Brian?
Definitely. You don't want to go home. No. You know, everybody wants to win.
Brian and Chris Bell are both hoping to pull in the points with cold, picnic-inspired starters. Chris Bell's busy preparing his main event, potted chicken legs topped with chicken liver parfait. And for Brian, a massive Guinness glazed ham, which he's serving with pigeon sausage rolls, bread and pickles. Unlike Chris Fearn, who's simply marinating the meat for his chicken and coleslaw, they're both juggling a lot of elements. And they need to keep their eye on the ball.
The glaze reduction, just boiled over there.
Is it burnt?
What do you think?
I'd be checking it if I were you. Call me old-fashioned. There's people making mistakes, there's things boiling over on the stoves, there's smoke, there's fire. You know, this is it, the pressure's on, you have to get it done.
Brian may have bitten off more than he can chew, but he isn't about to lose face to his former sous chef.
I have no concern about any elements in my dish at the moment. That's all drama.
He's playing it cool, but it was schoolboy errors that saw Brian leave the competition last time.
You were here last year.
Yes.
You failed miserably.
Yes.
Have you test cooked this dish?
Yes.
And you're happy with it?
Yes. Yeah. I need to get through. I want to represent Northern Ireland. I want to showcase this produce. I want to give everybody who's made some sort of contribution to the community, I want to get them on the table.
You sound like a Northern Irish politician now, yeah?
The challenge for the chefs this year has been to come up with sharing plates for the People's Banquet. To inspire him, Brian headed back to Andersonstown in Belfast, where he first discovered his love of sharing food with others.
It was an absolutely brilliant place to grow up. We'd never change it. Neighbours were brilliant, friends were brilliant, everybody came together. We're always helping each other.
His fondest memories of sharing food are at the Tullymore Community Centre, where he and his brother Sean spent many a summer socialising and eating.
We used to play football there in the afternoons. It was school discos, it was learning to dance. It was an absolutely brilliant place for all our friends. Some of my earliest memories sharing food have to be here. Big trays of food, all the kids sitting there. Do you remember the cocktail section with the ham, the pineapple and the cheese?
Yeah.
Can you remember those?
Sausage rolls, obviously.
Sausage rolls, a cup full of once with a mushroom soup. For me, it's trying to take some of those key points, the interaction, people sharing, the fun, and put that into my menu.
It's a battle plan that Brian hopes will get him to the final this year.
I do not want to go out in the first round again. Of course I don't. I want to get through for Northern Ireland.
Back in the kitchen, Brian's making bread to go with his glazed ham and pigeon sausage rolls. And rival Chris Bell's also got his baker's hat on.
This competition has really started in here, hasn't it?
It's full on now.
Chris Bell is serving his bread with potted chicken, one of 8 chefy picnic dishes keeping him busy. Across the kitchen, the king of cool, Chris Fern, is easing himself into part 2 of Just 2, his spicy coleslaw.
Well, where would a chef from Northern Ireland be without a bowl of coleslaw?
You're right.
Oh my, oh my. Coronation chicken.
Yes.
This is what lazy chefs put on cold plates to serve in hotel buffets. The name became ambiguous with bad food. Have you changed it that much?
I like to think I have.
Tell me about it.
I love chicken on the bone. And I thought to myself, it'd be a great idea and it'd be a great interaction for people to have this, and done in a quirky manner, where it would be popped in the bags and you'd have these people shaking the bags. It'd be funny, like everybody would be smiling, happy, happy, happy. It'd be tasty. You have to eat it with your hands, man. Your hands.
It better taste good.
You're putting the cheapers into me now.
Better taste good.
Thanks, Richard.
Is my fears going to be realised? I see that coleslaw being tossed in that curried mayonnaise. I see the chicken heat rubbing the spice on it in the oven. It just doesn't seem really inspiring.
Chris Fern's first experiences of sharing food were from his childhood. He headed back to his hometown, Warrenpoint, near Kilkeel, County Down, to get inspiration for his menu. The son of a fisherman, he has fond memories of the family cooking and eating together when his father came home from the sea.
Hello!
Well, boy, what's
Hey, how's it going? How's it going?
There you go.
It was just nice when Dad was home. We could all get together around the table and eat as a family, you know, share the food. And, you know, it was a good feeling to have, you know.
He's looking to recreate these good times in his menu.
The whole logic behind the menu. I thought, what do I like first of all? Okay, because I thought with my stomach first.
He loved food and he talked about food, and when he sat down for his breakfast he'd be asking, what are you making for dinner?
It's a hunger that has inspired what he hopes is a winning formula.
I wanted to do something a bit different, you know, quirky, exciting, bit of fun factor as well. And hopefully they'll understand where I'm coming from, or else, yeah, I could be packing my bags pretty quick, going back home to sunny Belfast.
Back in the kitchen, Chris is putting the finishing touches to his controversial coleslaw. He's barely broken a sweat today with his straightforward season, shake and curry on coronation chicken. Unlike rivals Brian and Chris Bell, whose picnic-inspired starters have them both running round in circles.
It's a kind of a safe lunchboxy feel you went for this. What were you thinking?
My best memory